Yo, what's up, everyone? How's everyone doing? It's Johnny. Hopefully, you're doing well. This is my first. This is first live of the day. A little bit of a late start. I usually will try to go live before my sparring session on Saturday mornings. Just wasn't able to get to it. Got a little bit of a head right here. Damn, that happened from a. I think that was a head, maybe a punch. I didn't even see that till now. I must. Yeah. Anyway, hope everyone's doing well, guys. The link that's pinned here in the comment section. Join our Discord. Johnny Says Boxing VIP membership, couple bucks a month. We have a couple different levels of membership. Whatever one you choose, level 1, level 2, or level 3, you get access to our Discord. We had some fights yesterday in Puerto Rico, and everything that we talked about with Joshua Pagan came true. We saw that one coming. It's always good when film study goes our way and things kind of pan out how you want them to pan out. So that went well for us. We got fights tonight. I'm going to pull up the odds real quick. We have a lot to talk about, guys. I'm going to be on for at least an hour today. So anybody in the Discord who wants to pop in, feel free. I already shared that link. It's in the Discord. I'll give it about 20 minutes. I usually wait till about the 30-minute mark to bring people on. I want to play a little bit of the weigh-in footage. People are making a big deal about Joe Parker weighing in. I think Parker weighed in at 262. Not the biggest I've seen him. We've seen Parker at 267 before, so I want to talk about that. There's some fights in Japan. There's fights in Kyrgyzstan. There's the UFC tonight, which is going to be, I think the first fight in the UFC starts at 1 a.m. this morning. So there's a lot to talk about. Like I said, I'm going to stay on for a little bit longer today. Let's get into that weigh-in real quick. What do you guys make of this? I mean, we're going to get to the Chauncey Billups. The Chauncey Billups stuff is crazy. The NBA stuff is crazy. This is a fight we're going to talk about. Bibiano versus Dusmatov. There's a lot. Okay, Playboy. They ain't ready for it. They ain't ready for all that. Face off. 262, 242. There's the Arturo Gatti Jr. stuff. Dog of the week. And this is what I want to talk about. Let's have a look. Let's have a little look. See what you guys think about this. What are you guys seeing here? Anybody changing their pick? I see some of the boys are asking in the Discord. I'm gonna pull up the Discord stuff, guys. I got some info to play. Our boy Chilltown left me a message to play on the live stream. So TJ from Chilltown Boxing, you're gonna get his opinion on this fight. I'm gonna play that in a little bit later in the show. What do you guys make of all this? I know some of the boys are talking about how they don't like how big Parker looks, etc. Based off of Parker weighing in at 262, that means that he's going to fight a specific way. What do you guys think of all this? As you guys are tapping in, I'm going to start saying my what's ups as well. PJ in the house, PJ the Puppet Show. Holla, it's your boy Boxing Fan plus 300 all day here. It's possible, so couldn't turn down. We got to talk about it. What's good, DJ, baby boy? PB and C, I don't see the fight going the distance. Skeezy in the house. Good to see you checking in. Parker looks abnormally huge. Maybe Wardley for the knockout. Yeah, so this is what I'm hearing. This is some of the boys are saying that this might be the move. Some of the guys aren't really liking the size that Parker is showing in this. We'll get to history ball here in a second. Kameda is taking on Casemiro, and Fabio obviously with so he's taking two dogs here. Those odds are crazy. I mean, I have Kameda as my dog of the week. We'll get to that in a second. Yeah, that's good money, PB&C. We saw that coming, and like I said, we don't always get it right, but when we do, we got to talk about it. From my perspective, when I get it wrong, it's going to be spoken about as well. But this was one of those fights, Joshua Pagan versus Malik Montgomery, that I put a lot of effort in, did a lot of film study, broke it down. Had a couple of the boys on the live stream. We spoke about it, and I was really comfortable with it. It played out exactly how we thought it was going to play out, and it was a fun fight. It was an exciting fight. Duzmatov trying to gain an advantage by coming. Yeah, he missed weight multiple times. Guys, I brought this up in the Discord yesterday, and I have to. It's worth mentioning is the fact that Duzmatov under 10 fights, Bibiano over 25 plus fights, Duzmatov. We know about his amateur career, his Olympic pedigree. We have seen this time and time again in the last 6 months. All I'm saying is there a pattern emerging with these modern Olympians who turn pro, who have under 10 pro fights, who are massive favorites taking on 25 plus fight veterans and losing? Sofiane Oumiha from France just happened with him. He was a 4-1 favorite. Handful of pro fights, he lost. Galal Yafai was the favorite against Frankie Rod. He lost. Albert Badr Gaziev was the favorite against Jazza Dickens. He lost and got stopped. All I'm saying is the pro game is not the amateur game. Now, do your tape on Duzmatov. You're going to see a kid with a lot of skills. I mean, they say he could punch. They say he has power. Southpaw, ticks all the boxes. All I'm saying is I've covered Bibiano on the channel for the last few years. His only loss and his only draw against Perez, both fights were super close. He's coming off a split decision loss against Perez. That was in Mexico. And his other blemish was a draw. So all I'm saying is Bibiano, he's an $8 underdog here in Sydney. That's ridiculous. Super disrespectful. I only had to bring it up because I got to let you guys know. Let's bring that up real quick then. It's pretty insane when you think about it. I mean, how good did Ashley Lozado look yesterday, too? I thought Lozado looked exceptional. These odds are ridiculous. These odds are insane. So this is what I'm talking about. This is Bibiano. 100 on Bibiano gets your money back plus $700. In terms of guys, and I'm going to bring this up when I start breaking when I tell you my thoughts on Parker Wardley, is that $1.10 on Duzmatov, right? If you're going to take the Olympian, you got to go method of victory here to even add value to your parlay. And then is he going to stop him? Maybe, but I mean, Bibiano is a real veteran, real pro. A lot of people think that he should be a world champion, right? What? It's shocking that you get those. This is what I'm talking about. You give me these odds. How do I not put money on Bibiano? And I'm not, and I've already given you logic behind it. It's not like, oh, let me look on the sports bet app and see an 7-1 dog and just for the sake of it waste money. That would be erroneous. I've already given you logical reason on why Bibiano is live here, based off of pattern recognition on what's happening in our sport over the last year, and then also Bibiano's history, his resume. Mexican fighter, real vet. Like these odds are crazy. It's wild not to sprinkle here. And Duzmatov, like DJ says, DJ's out educating everyone. He missed weight 3 times. Speaking of missing weight, I'll show you another one. I like. And I got action on this one. And look, all of my Filipino friends out there, mate. All my Filipino followers, there's a lot of you boys, all my Filipino subscribers on my Facebook group. My Facebook group has about 40,000 people, strong Filipino fan base there. You guys are loyalists, and, I appreciate all the support. But just because I bet against John Casimero doesn't mean that I'm hating on you guys. It was shocking to see how many messages I got talking shit because I said Casimero is going to lose to Kameda. That is absolutely insane to me. You guys are acting like we can't disagree and still be cool. It's a bizarre thing that happens in boxing. This is my dog of the week, and I gave you logic. I'm not going to just pick Casimero because, people love Casimero. Like, Casimiro's 36 years old. We haven't really seen what was the best version of Casimero we saw? 2020? 2019? It's been a long time at 36 years, and he's going, dude. And people are looking at Kameda's 15-5 record, and he got stopped recently. I think these odds are based on similar Malik Montgomery's knockout to win ratio. I feel like Malik Montgomery being, even money against Joshua Pagan was solely based on the odds makers looking at their box rec. People saw Pagan being 13-0 with 4 knockouts, and they saw Malik being 21-1 with 18 knockouts, and people, all the money was coming on, oh, this kid's a knockout artist. I was like, no, on paper Malik's a knockout artist, but that's not really telling the whole story. Same thing with this fight. People look at Casemiro, they know the name, they know his career, and then they see Kameda's 15-5 record, and they just throw that away. This fight is, Kameda's the bigger guy here. I love Kameda as the dog here, and I think it's definitely worth putting money on here. And all of my Filipino friends out there who don't like me to say that, hey, this is the truth. This is where I'm putting my money. I like Kameda as the dog. Let's go. DJ, shout out to History Vault for the membership you gifted a couple weeks ago. I didn't see. DJ HDZ and History Vault. I appreciate you guys spreading the love, spreading the word. And as you boys know in the Discord, that Discord keeps evolving, boys. And look, this ain't me even selling it. You guys sold me on the Discord. That shit, what we got now, is turning into. I was sparring today. Put it this way. This is real rap, real quick. So during sparring, no coach wants to hear what I'm about to say, but your mind kind of wanders off. And I'm going against the guy. I'm trying to pair. I'm trying to counter. He never sets up any of his shots. He's super predictable. So I'm just timing his right hand, his backhand, right? And I'm already inside of his guard. He's throwing a looping hook, and I'm just hitting him with that one. But as I'm doing that, in my head, I'm thinking, what is our Discord? I'm like, the Discord is actually turning into a generator of boxing knowledge that we could go to, and it's like its own AI. Like today, people were asking, because we have the boxing page, the MMA page, and I'm reading the sort of rhetoric going on in there, and based off of like the professional gamblers in there, the guys who do their film study, the guys who are just there for the entertainment, the guys who tail bets, there's all different types, right? You could literally ask the Discord what they think collectively in a certain fight and an outcome, and you're going to get a very educated response. I mean, a more educated response than you'll get asking pretty much anyone else. And it's because, I mean, we only have about 250 people in there, but it kind of dawned on me when I was sparring today. I was like, that's what we're doing here with the Discord. Because I still, every day I'm trying to figure it out. What is this really thing? Like, because some people who get salty when they put money on a ticket that I put out and it doesn't hit, and then they think that the Discord is for them to just trail bets. And I'm like, that's not what it's for, though. And I don't sell it because I tell you to come in and trail our bets. I think what it's really for is what I just said. It's kind of becoming this sort of ecosystem of knowledge when it comes to the fight game. Shout out, and to my point, I didn't know that the gifted memberships and DJ finding value. Just wanted to put that out there. And this is what he's talking about. There you go. Gifted membership. Holla at your boy. I didn't even see that pop up. And the boys, boxing fans, see everyone's welcome in. Duzmatov Mankey is $1.14 on Bet365. So talk to me, Mankey. Do you want to come on the live, mate? You're an OG in the Discord, and you got good picks too. So you're saying let's transition then to that bet. So you're saying those odds are better? You like Duzmatov at 114 to fatten a parlay up? Oh yeah, the reason why the odds are going to be different, and when I do put my bets in, I am using Bet365, is the fact that, as you could tell in sports bet, and this is for all the Aussies, in sports bet, if you're betting boxing, that draw at 20-1 is why Duzmatov is $1.10 here. Is because the draw ruins your ticket. On Bet365, if you pick a winner and it's a draw, it's just the fight gets voided. So, and your parlay stays live. So what I tell everyone, all you Aussies out here who are watching this, use Bet365. Don't use Sportsbet. Bibiano is super drained. Okay. So I thought it was Duzmatov who missed weight. Did I get that wrong? Those are odds you give to cab drivers, not to world champ level fighters. I concur. JP, Filipino fans love their fighters. They do. And JP, I respect it. I respect game. You know what I'm saying? Like I could get caught being a loyalist with Cleveland sports teams and Northeast Ohio fighters. You know how I feel about my boy Pavlik. You know how I feel about Abdullah Mason. Uh, Charles Conwell. Anybody who comes out of Northeast Ohio, man, I'm gonna be supporting them. But so I get it. I respect their game. But at the same time, like for instance, we got a big fight coming up in Northeast Ohio with Tiger Johnson and Nick Flaz. And Tiger's my boy. Tiger's a Northeast Ohio guy. I got a lot of time for Tiger, but I might be taking Nick in that fight. You know what I'm saying? So I might be upsetting a lot of my Ohio fans here because like I do. I'm not even gonna front on you guys. I do want a ticket. I got Nick beating Tiger, and we'll see. We'll see. I still got to, I'm gonna do my prediction, but I have this long parlay that I haven't shared that started like 2 months ago. And dude, Nick is like a 270. It's like, bro, man, people are sleeping on my boy Nick Flaz. DJ, you finna get rocked. You think about that, right, dude? And this is something that the more you get to know me, man, I'm always thinking, cause like I'm getting messages all 24/7 from like Instagram, YouTube, Discord, and when I put my passion into something, it's all about, all right, how do we fine tune this? How do we elevate this? How do we evolve it? And how do we make it a product that is actually functional? So that's the way I'm looking at our Discord, because over the last 72 hours, think about the moves we've made in the Discord. Shout out to Gil. Gil's my moderator now. Gil is we have it separated into fight threads. We have it separated into hockey, NBA, MMA, golf. You boy, I mean, you see what I'm getting at. So it's a project. It's a passion project. So yeah, the NBA channel. You boys are. Dude, I popped into the NBA channel yesterday and popped into the NHL channel. You guys are eating and hitting like. See, this is my worry. I have never once bet. I've never once bet on NHL. I popped into the NHL channel the other day. Everyone's posting their tickets. Cats is eating. I'm like, what the hell? This is crazy. This is the NBA channel. But yeah, see, anyway, so as you guys, any of you guys watching this right now who aren't in the Discord, my goal is to educate everybody. This Discord is not just me telling you who to bet on. We are creating a full-on like community based off of like our favorite sports. So we got my, as you can see at the top, my picks, the bet slips, MMA, NBA, NFL, NHL, and then I launched level 3. It's a VIP membership. To learn more about the Johnny Says Boxing level 3, that's pinned in these comments. But let's get to work more. He's got no red on his record. I don't see it happening today. Okay. Two-time Olympic gold medalist Hassan Dusmatov has missed weight by 3 pounds for his. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. So, Mankey, who was commenting about then? Somebody said that Bibiano looked drained, though. You know what I'm saying? Eight's the photo. I think has my boy pulled Orion. Hassan boy Dusmatov pulling a Ryan Garcia. Did you guys see Sergio Mora's take on Ryan Garcia yesterday? There's so much to talk about. So let's pull those odds back up. Is anybody playing Bibiano here, guys? Put a 1 in the Discord if anyone's playing the dog, and put a 2 if it's easy money for Hassan boy. Because obviously, the rest of the world, with these odds, people are like, this is easy money for Hassan boy. What's your opinion on this? Guys, wherever you are in the world, we're about 20 minutes in. Could you give me a thumbs up? Could you like this video? If you haven't already, could you subscribe to the channel? The insane thing is, when I do my Stats Don't Lie videos, they give me statistics, the YouTube does, on, hey, Johnny, 75, 76% of the people who watch these videos aren't subscribed. And then they say how to get them to subscribe. And so the cool thing that the YouTube does do is they kind of help content creators navigate growth, because this shit's all new to me. So anyway, if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, you might not even know that you haven't hit that yet. Could you please do it? I got 5 on it. Got me stuck and I go back. The Loonies, they ain't ready for the shit. I might get a copyright strike, boy. YouTube might think that I actually had that song playing sounding just like the Loonies. They ain't ready for all that. Definitely not easy money for Hassan Boy. I got the Mexican. Elagos. All right. Me too. Bibiano is a dog, man. People are sleeping. Let's pull up these box wrecks real quick. Let's pull up these box wrecks real quick. All right, guys. This card is in Kyrgyzstan. This is there's some good. How are we watching this card, boys? Is it this isn't on the zone, is it? But there's some good fights on here. I gotta move this, man. It's weird. I wish this shit would actually. Okay, it's clear there. I got that sensitive ass NBM live stream joint to where like you have to make sure shit is near the router. Okay, so you got Bibiano versus Hassanboy Duzmatov. This card is in Kyrgyzstan. I always say that name wrong. Did any of you guys tape Takakano versus Sano? The second fight here? Takakano versus Sano. These odds are 50-50. We're getting action in Australia on Bet365. I watched their last fight. And Sano right now, it's 50-50. I think Sano's going to beat him. So I do have on a cheeky parlay Sano beating Takakano. I'm interested if you guys watch that tape. And there's one more on this card. I think that was it. So yeah, Bibiano versus Duzmatov, Takakano versus Sano, Casemiro versus Kameda. This is actually a decent card, man. It's interesting that we don't get to. How are we gonna watch this? Maybe it'll be on that YouTube joint, that illegal VPN joint. Mike TV, always love. What's your process when selecting? I love questions like this. So I have to highlight my big ass head real quick so I can read it. Okay. Guys, if you're not following Mike, follow him. He's a pro fighter. His next fight's coming up in the next few weeks. So he's always asking good questions. He goes, yo, Johnny, love from the UK. What's your process when selecting a fighter and doing film study? What are you looking for to determine who wins? Like, what is your process? Okay. Great question. I know that everybody is different. The way I go about when I'm watching film and choosing a winner is the first thing I always look for, I'm looking for stats. So when I say stats don't lie on my breakdown, what I mean by that is one of my first sort of deductive reasoning is obviously, the records, you want to know what style, how they fight, what's their style. You kind of want to know what have they looked at recently. I'm not going to go farther than a year and a half in their film study. Usually I'll watch, 1, 2, 3 fights, but more importantly, you have to know what style a guy has. And you have to also know, most guys at the pro level have one style. Not everybody, and this is kind of the magic of a guy like Jaron Ennis, a guy like Terrence Crawford, is, these sort of guys have shown that they have the ability to fight differently. You could switch styles, you could switch stances, this sort of thing. But generally, I'm looking at the style versus style matchup, so stylistically. Then, if I can find stats on output, average punches per round, because that also matters. Like, is this a volume guy? Is he a counterboxing guy? Has he ever been down on the cards before and then been able to be a hammer? So is the guy, some guys can't come back from the dead, some can. So is it a 10 rounder? Is it a 12 rounder? Has this guy ever fought a 12 round? There's a lot of sort of boxes that I'm going to tick before I even start watching the physical part of the game. And once I have all those boxes ticked, sort of like the stats analysis side of things, age is included in that, height and reach is included in that. Then I'll start watching the physical side. Then has he ever fought at this weight? How much weight does he cut? What does he walk around at? So all this sort of nonverbal stuff I'm really into. Then I'll find out who's their camp, who's their coach, who they spar with this camp. Do they have a strength and conditioning coach? Do they have a nutritionist? You guys would be shocked with certain guys, and I'm not going to put anyone on blast, but in recent memory, one of the things that I brought up in my breakdown of Malik Montgomery that I didn't like about it is that, at 30 years old, this was the first fight he chose to hire a nutritionist. And, it's an expensive thing, and I'm not judging him on that. But when I found that out, I put an asterisk because then I was like, okay, this kid, historically, if you watch Malik's career, he struggled on the scales before, so now weight is going to be an asterisk key marker in my decision. And that's why if you watch my breakdown, I bring up weight multiple times. I talk about, we've seen him at 126 before. This fight's at 35, and we've seen Pagan at 47 before. This fight's at 35. So there's a lot of factors, a lot of variables. To my process, I like nerding out on the stuff that a lot of people don't talk about. It's one of my first sentences when you hear my breakdowns is, today we're going to talk about this. Today we're going to break down the statistics that nobody talks about when mentioning blah, blah, blah. So my process is kind of methodical, takes a little bit long. That's why, like, if, everything from, my film study to the breakdown to when I come up with my logical reasoning and then my pick, that takes long. And then off camera here, I got, a really expensive equipment right here, filming with that equipment, different camera, different mic. Then I got software I got to edit. My 10-minute breakdown videos, all in all, sometimes take like 5 hours, and this is just a passion project. I don't, I run a fitness business, so I got to be careful which fights I break down or else I'm not going to be able to pay the bills. But yeah, hopefully I answered you, bro. That was sort of a long-winded thing. And Mike, I could probably talk for a whole nother hour. My process is quite in depth. It's definitely not just reading their box recs or watching tape. I'm always looking for an edge. Just like you, bro. You're a fighter. You're always looking for an edge in the ring. I'm sure, like, everybody here. Anybody here is gonna bet on fights, right? We're always looking for the edge. This is why I call us archaeologists. We're digging through the sand. We're trying to find a skeleton. We're trying to find a fossil. That's what I mean when I say we're archaeologists, trying to find something that somebody might have overlooked to give us the upper hand in whatever we're doing. So yeah. Great question, brother. I know Hassan Boy's an Olympian, but this could be another instance where Bibiano's experience over a 7 pro fight boxer pay. Ella goes, I think so, bro. I think so, man. I I don't want to drive this point home because I'll show you what I said about Ella goes. I'll show you what I told the Discord boys. This was last night, and this is on your point. This is on your point. Basically, what I brought up, why I even posed this question to you guys. I'll play the voicemail for you. This was my voice note to the Discord. I sent this morning before I went to box. As my dog of the week. All right, gents, you guys already know how I feel about Kameda versus Casemiro. I'm taking Kameda as my dog of the week. But there's 2 other fights. They're 50-50 fights. One's in Japan, one's in Kyrgyzstan. I've watched a little bit of tape on each. That's not it. There's another one. Sorry about that. Basically, what I was telling them is I was only posing the question Bibiano versus Hassan Boy. I'm not trying to get anyone to change their pick. I'm not trying to get people. If you guys took Hassan Boy, I'm not trying to get you to change your pick. I'm only trying to pose the question because I think it's an important thing to pose. Is the fact that we've seen this story play out in recent memory. Here we go. Right here. Read this. And this is what I'm talking about, just right here. Will we see another Frankie Rod versus Yafai, Badr Gaiza versus Jaza, Umaha versus Fonseca, anyone sprinkling? Duzmatov is supposed to be legit. We know about his amateur pedigree, but as of late, these young pros versus these experienced vets under 10 fights, heavily favored versus pros with 25 plus fights, we've seen them lose. So that's all I'm getting. That's all I'm saying. And this is this was the original post. Just so you guys know, and you guys are up to date with our chat. I like keeping everybody, even if you're not in the Discord, I like keeping everybody up to date. And while we're here, actually, I do want to play I'm gonna play you guys a voice note from TJ Chilltown. I asked him if I could play this. It's about 3 minutes. It's his breakdown of Joe Parker versus Fabio. So give me a second. I'm trying to get my volume up here. Okay.
I'm actually surprised Team Parker took. They didn't need to go in with a young, hungry, undefeated, hard hitting heavyweight. And this is where I stand with Joseph Parker. Because even though he's young in terms of boxing, like he's been around a long time, man. He's been on a lot of wars. He took a lot of damage from Derek Chisora. Two fights, which were complete wars. The billion fight way, obviously, Joyce. He's been in there with Andy Ruiz. And then these last three fights that he took, they're great names, but they're not great wins. Obviously, you don't know what the Wilder Zhang and Coley fights. Like I don't read into them. The fight that I'm really interested in was the Jack Massey fight. I thought when Jack Massey came up from cruiserweight and fought at a heavyweight, he looked, I'm saying Parker looked really, I don't know, looked like he had lost a step. He didn't look world class in that fight against Jack Massey, and if that version showed up against Fabio Wardley, I would have picked Fabio Wardley to beat him. Now, with all that being said, Parker is on of momentum, but I don't like that he weighed in heavy today because his attributes for me would be his hand speed, his foot speed, being a little more elusive in and out the pocket, right? The quick hands, beating Wardley to the punch first. Like him being heavy, not in the 240s, but in the 260s, shows me that he's going to be willing to engage and trade. And that is the style that I would want for Fabio, if I'm Team Fabio. Fabio has very good timing and he's got heavy hands. And he's not going to beat Parker in a boxing match. He's going to beat him in a fight. So you would want somebody like Parker coming in heavy and willing to engage because that's going to give more opportunities for someone like Fabio Wardley, who is younger, who is hungry. I don't know. It's a fun matchup in that sense, and I think in terms of odds, I got to tell you, man, I'm not comfortable with Parker. Like, yeah, we all lead Parker. I think you'd be crazy to be confident in Fabio, but I think for the price, I think the price is pretty good around the plus 300, like we called earlier in the week. What really has my attention is the plus 1,200 on points from Fabio Wardley, because I can see a world where one, Fabio Wardley's the A side, and two, I can see him hurting or knocking him down 1 or 2 times. All of a sudden, he could win a split majority decision on the college side of the Wardley. I don't think that's on the possibilities. Both these guys have heavy, good chins, super tough. They're going to come to win. So I could see this going the distance. This is a.
So you heard that. And if you guys don't know who TJ from Chilltown is, you better ask somebody. That dude's a beast. He's an animal. He yeah, his tickets will speak for that. He brings up some good points. I wanted to get your take on that. He does bring up the fact that the odds, and this is where I see eye to eye with him, is that Parker on the money line, it's not a great, it's from a value perspective, it's not a great bet. You know what I'm saying? It's not a substantial, it's not an economical bet. You know what I'm saying? And pardon me if I'm missing the proper adjective, for what I'm trying to say here. I don't want to say it's not it's not $1.23, $1.28. You know, it's not and I don't want to build a parlay around Joseph Parker. Is $1.28, and this is what I thought, because earlier in the week he was $1.21, and I said these odds will get closer to like $1.30, $1.40. But what TJ said, you know, he's building his rhetoric around the fact that Wardley could win a couple 10-8 rounds. Now, there's a way to disagree with him and agree with him if you want, because I don't necessarily agree. And he's just making a case Wardley on points. 1150 to 1. Like, this is the thing, guys. Even though in my breakdown I picked Joe Parker to win, the $1.28, what value does that give us? I mean, like a very substantial enriched bet. You know what I mean? $1.28, the money, the risk will be Fabio if we're looking at it. And we have a path to victory for Fabio. Even though I'm taking Joe to win. Joe is my pick, Parker to win. Now, what bet, after we just heard TJ speak, that we could do and still align with his ethics or his reason, but disagree? And that would be a knockdown prop. Because he thinks that Fabio can win a decision because there's a dude, 100 on 1150 gets you over $1,000 back. I don't quite see in Fabio. I don't see Fabio winning a decision. Okay, but I could definitely see a knockdown. And I just want to say, I don't know these odds. We're going to do it together. Let's see what knockdown props are paying. Knockdown markets. To be knocked down. Will both fighters be knocked down? Okay, so we know that Fabio has never been dropped. Fabio has never been stopped. He's undefeated. We know Parker has been dropped. Parker has been stopped. One of my biggest regrets as a bettor over the last year was, and it was a bet that I won, and this is real rap. This is insane. I have receipts on this. And I don't want to ever make that same mistake again. But when I took Naoya Inoue against Ramon Cardenas, and I always have to reference this, when I picked Inoue to get dropped at 16 to 1, and it hit, and I won. But I did that impulsively, because if I would have taken Naoya Inoue to get dropped and win, it would have been 21 to 1. So my $100 would have paid over 2,000. Rather than just 50. So I left 1,600. I left 600 on the table was my point. So what I'm thinking though is, what does Parker to get dropped and win pay? And I'm just giving us options if you're on Team Parker, because I'm on Team Parker. But I could see him getting dropped. Joe Parker, knockdown. Joe Parker, knockdown land. To get knocked down. See, what I'm looking for is Joe Parker to get knocked down and win. So Parker to get knocked down, 325. I mean, even that pick. So this pick this bet right here, way more value than Parker on the money line. It's 2 to 1. 100 on this gets you your money back plus $225. This might be my play of the weekend. This will allow me to still live with the ethics of my reason and take Parker to win, but it also will allow me to make money on this fight. Because for how juicy Fabio looks to win on the money line, 3 to 1 dog, to win on points, 10 to 1, to win by knockout, 4 to 1. Those are going to be the big money bets. But this one might be the only one that aligns with my reason. Does anyone see this? Parker to get knocked down and win? DJ, $2 super chat. My guy, can you dive into that? Oh, 100%, brother. That's a fact. So we're 40 minutes in, DJ. Give me 10 more minutes on boxing, and then we'll go at least 20 on MMA, because there's a lot to talk about. And guys, I told you I wasn't, because I missed my first live stream earlier, I'm staying on for a while, boys. My girls out with her girls. I just got done sparring. I got to go get I'll probably do a salt bath later. I got nothing on the cards. It's only 11:25. I'm here for a while. So we're gonna definitely get into MMA before I bounce. DJ, thank you for the super chat. Back to the tip. Does anybody like that or no? Am I tripping? Does anybody think they like the Parker to get knocked down bet? Because that shit you could still pick Fabio Wardley and still be cheering for Fabio, and you could still be cheering for Parker to win, and you could take this prop. And we've seen Parker get dropped before. We've seen him get dropped before and win fights. We've seen him get dropped before and lose. This one right here, this shit right here, homie. I think this one might be my boy. This 325, I might circle this joint up, wrap it up, put a little bow on it, and send this out. I like this one. It's really hard to see Fabio by decision. Then again, you don't never lie. He don't lie. He don't ever lie. Rambler. Gary's off again. Quite sure he's working on the bookies. What are you talking about? What did Rambler? What did he say? I didn't see. I didn't see what did Gary say? Rambler, fill me in. Rambler's slowly becoming what? So PJ, PJ, shout out to PJ. Ever since PJ joined the Discord, he's becoming way more logical. And this is a compliment to PJ. But there was a time not too long ago on the chat where PJ was the one known for takes, wild takes. Now that goes to Rambler. Rambler's one of my guys because of his takes. You know, I don't know what he said. I don't know what he said. We should do a poll because we know this is actually muscle. That's not Carlos. This is PJ, right? PJ's out of his mind. EV44, we got the answer, brother. We still got that blue star, big dog. I can see that. So hopefully you're talking about the Joe Parker to get knocked down 325. Mate, if there's one, because I've been sort of a coward regarding how much money I bet. I'm a coward. Seriously. It's the self-talk that I do when just so you know, when I'm powerlifting. So I'm a powerlifting coach, a strength and conditioning coach, basically. And any S&C coach will use the principles of a back squat, a deadlift, a bench press, three of the major functional power movements for their programming. So I do a 1 rep max phase twice a year. I do it in July and then I do it December. And every time I'm doing my like 1 rep max, either on my traditional deadlift or usually my traditional deadlift and my bench, that voice, that pussy, that coward, like, you ain't nothing but a punk. You can't get this lift, you coward. So that's the same voice when I've been hesitant with like carrying over my winnings to actually make a really, really heavy bet. I think this might be the bet. Wait, DJ Green is the DJ. DJ Heads needs a nickname. Lan, I need a fair fade with you. I need a fair fade with you. All right, guys. When I was coming up, fade meant like a haircut. But I think you young bucks use fade now for a fight, right? Somebody got to school me the game real quick. Does fade now mean fight? Like catch a fade? Because when I was coming up, catch a fade meant you was either getting a fade or you were hooking up with a girl. Like I'm about to catch his fade back here, boy. Like this when we're like 18. Now it's like if I heard somebody use I'm gonna catch a fade means that like we're about to get into a scrap. These young bucks be changing it up, man. I don't know how to keep up. Joseph P, I'm just taping and you got Joseph Parker decision or knockout. Okay, Joseph P. I have for my stats don't lie breakdown. I have Joseph Parker winning, right? We need him to win. Now, from a economical perspective, if we're looking for the biggest value based on my reasoning of Joe winning, and this sounds crazy, because Joe winning only gives us 28 bucks on 100, right? All I need for my logical reasoning is for Joe to win. But we also have to find finance, right? Economical. So Joseph P, my economical pick on Joe winning it sounds counterproductive, is actually Joe to be knocked down. So do you see what I'm? This is part of my job, is that I have to give you my breakdown on who I think is going to win, but sometimes the odds are off, right? There's a lot of money coming in on Fabio, and we understand why. And there isn't a lot about Fabio's resume that I like. There isn't a lot of dynamics of Fabio's game that I like. I think Joseph Parker has been slept on his entire career. I think he's going to continue to be slept on. He's just one of these guys that there's certain fighters in certain eras that people are always really hesitant on to kind of like adore. Even though he's super likable, he has a fan base, massive following. But all week I've heard people break down Parker's last few fights, right? But these same people are breaking down his last few fights, and they're not saying anything about Fabio's last few fights. So it's kind of like we're cherry picking one side, because if you're going to use that argument on, oh, the Martin Piccoli knockout really didn't do much for me. The Simon Keane fight, that don't count. Well, he couldn't knock out a heavyweight, he couldn't knock out a cruiserweight, and then Deontay Wilder, that don't do nothing for me. And then, Joe Joyce knocked him out. Like, so you see what I'm saying? So all the people are doing that about Joe, but if you're going to do that about Joe, what are you going to do? You got to do the same thing. At least if you're sitting with me here, we got to do the same thing about your boy Fabio. Fraser Clark, a draw. You get the doo-doo face. You get this one. Justice Hooney, I mean, Justice, 26 years old, a handful of pro fights, was getting belt to ass the whole fight. You see my point. We know how it ended. We know what it turned into. So fade means a fight. Oh, so my man wants to fight? Let's go, baby, boo-boo. All right, who wants to fight me? I'm down. I need a fair fade. Let's do it, landslide. I'm down. We got to film it, though. Here, yes. Mouthpiece, hand wraps. We'll wear 16s because I'm an old head. But we have to go 10 3-minute rounds with 20 seconds in between. So you guys think I'm playing. This is this is real rap right here. You could ask the boys down here in Sydney. This is how the only way I'll spar is if obviously we wear 16 ounce. That's not the shocking bit. The shocking bit is we are doing 10 3-minute rounds with 20 seconds of rest in between, and then I'll spar you. That's it. And that's real rap. That's how I do it. 20 seconds is all we get in between rounds. We're going 10 rounds. Let's go. And we're filming it. 100%. Economics are tough. I can't pay $400 for a Parker to win. I feel you. No, it's good. It's good. This is the beautiful part about our chat. And there's nothing that I'm going to do to try to sell you on it. I respect that thought, bro. I need the fair one, Johnny. Oh, maybe I misread. I need the fair one. Who you got, Chris Brown or Kevin McCall? Am I missing something here? What am I missing? Is it possible that Fabio Wardley is low-key taking this fight super seriously? Dude, these guys at this stage, everything is on the line. Jin, you're I always see you on the live chat. I got a lot of time for Jin Rue. But Jin, both of these guys, man, you know what's at stake? Am I wrong? I'm pretty sure both guys have interim titles. Take what you want with it. But this is the Usyk sweepstakes, guys. The winner will more than likely fight for an undisputed heavyweight crown against Usyk. Both guys have taken this fight 100% serious. 100%. Please, after this one, you finna turn it. What do you mean? Landslide, what am I missing? I don't even know what you're talking about. For you to, there's that word again, finna. See, using the word finna, we used to use the word fin. This would have been early 90s. Yo, I'm finna go to the store. There's no finna. It would just be like Finn, I think D. I'm finna go to the store. And fin I think was short from like a fiend. Like this chick is a fiend trick. She out here fiending. You know, Jodeci had the song "I'm Fiending," like I'm craving, and then that got turned into "I'm craving, I'm an addict, you a fiend," and then Finn, yo, I'm finna roll out. You know, I'm about to. Finna to me just sound. It almost sounds like a mispronunciation, I guess. So how does this fight end? Joseph, man, Joseph, young Joseph, my young buck. These are the answers to these questions that will mark us eternally heroic. If I knew these answers, bro, if I knew every one of these answers and I was sitting here like, oh, that shit's easy, dog. You know, out this shit right here. Like, I don't know how it's gonna end. What do you mean? Like, what? This shit is heavyweight boxing. This shit could go anywhere. Like, I'm, dude, I've broken down so much tape in my life. I've been walked in my first boxing gym as a 7-year-old. I'm 43. You know what I'm saying? Boxing was my first love. I got wounds. What? Like, this is from a grown man hitting me. Thank God I had that boy though. Thank God I had that boy. That boy. They ain't ready for that. But yeah, so I don't know how the Parker. If anything, you know, Parker by decision. I don't see Parker. Fabio's fucking tough as hell, man. We've never seen Fabio dropped. He's never been stopped. He's never lost. He's a goddamn dog. You guys are wild, mate. Boxing fan. Thanks, Landslide. You're my guy. I'm lost. I stay tuned to these streets. Guys, we are 50 minutes in. I'm going to now switch gears with talk a little bit about MMA. We'll still have the boxing door open, but I got to give love to our boy with the super chat. I think, was that DJ HD? You know who you are. He asked me to talk about MMA, UFC. Guys, so there's my guy. He's a Parlay. Parlay, are you on the stream right now? So one of my guys on Instagram, I know he's on the stream. He runs his own sort of Discord. His name is Parlay Dog on Instagram. I think he's a Kiwi. Him and I always go back and forth with UFC picks, right? The first thing I told him, I was like, there is a lot of money on the table this weekend. I mean, these fights start in about 14 hours. Okay? So it's 11:40 a.m. Saturday morning here right now. These fights start 1 a.m. I think these are in the Middle East, I think. Is this Dubai, Saudi, Qatar, one of those places? Either way, I'll show you the fights that I like. There's a lot of like even money fights on this card. There's a couple dogs that I like. I'm not going to go through all of these fights. If Nick from Breaking Bad is watching, guys, if anybody in the Discord wants to come on, do it now. Hand History Vault, get on the live stream, mate. Boxing fan, pop in if you want. Anybody who's in the Discord who wants to pop in on this live stream, you guys have the link. I put it in the Discord. You're more than welcome to pop on, but here we go. Nathaniel Wood. So Nathaniel Wood versus Delgado. If you follow Nathaniel Wood's a kid who came from Cage Warriors. Man, there's just a lot about his game that you got to like. His output, his cardio, his pace. Jose Delgado, are these odds where they should be? I'm not mad at them because I could get Nathaniel Wood at plus money. I'm not going to get too sexy. You see how, like, will the fight go the distance or not versus who will win or not? It's literally a toss-up. But I do have a 3-leg UFC parlay working, and I haven't shared it yet in the Discord. I'm going to post this in the Discord after this live. My first pick is Nathaniel Wood on the money line. And then call me a loyalist, but I got to go with my fellow Czechoslovakian. I told you that. My father was born in Prague, Czechoslovakia. So my last name, Stavko, is Czech, but my mother's whole side is Italian. So I'm from Rome, north of Rome, Intro d'Acqua, so Tuscany. So my Italian side are like green eyes, blonde hair Italian, and my Slavic side are like 6'3" savage cavemen. Anyway, Ludovic Klein is a Slav, and Rebecca's a Polak. So you really have like a Slovak versus a Polak here. little European block going down. I like Klein, man. Robecki is a guy who's going to get on his front foot. He's constant pressure. This kid is amazing for about 2 minutes, right? Tough as nails. You literally have to beat him with a fire extinguisher. Ludwig Klein is going to want to make it a cleaner fight. He's more technical. Great striker, world-class striker. His defensive, Nick will call it anti-grappling. I like to call it, his sprawling, his takedown, his takedown defense is gotten a lot better. He wants to keep it on the feet. He's going to be, a really clean, aggressive. His front leg kick is nice. His backhand is nice. And he's very technical, has a lot of power. I love Ludwig Klein here at $1.72. So right now, Nathaniel Wood, 227. Ludwig Klein at $1.72. I'm going to give you one more. And that right here, man. And this is crazy to me. This is insane to me. People are going to be like, oh, shit, you're going against the Aussie. But Quillen Sackhill, man. Quillen Sackhill's an Aussie. A lot of hype about him. They are already ordaining him the next Jack Della Maddalena. I don't know if he comes out of scrappy MMA out in Perth, but he's very well reputed here in Australia. He's had a good run so far up until this point in the UFC. But mini Kevin Gastelum, you guys are sleeping on Nasrat Hakparast. Nasrat Hakparast is the kid who looks like a mini Kelvin Gastelum, but the kid could fight, the kid could scrap. We've seen him have sort of like wins and losses in the past. I'm pretty sure on short notice. I know he fought Hooker. I don't remember. It was one of his first fights. I don't remember if he won that fight, but as of late, he's looked good. Based on his style, his all-around game, and his experience in the octagon, I love Hakparast at plus money here. So those three are already paying us $780. I don't want to get too greedy, and this was the message I sent my boy on Instagram. If you guys parlay dog on Instagram, he's a Kiwi. I told him, there's so much money on the table on this UFC card. What we must not do is get too greedy. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of these sort of 2+ money fights, and there's like 3 others I want to throw on this parlay, but I learned from my mistakes in the past. I'll take plus, I think 6-1 odds. I'll take 7-1 odds on a 3-legger, and I'll go to the bank with it. In the past, I've increased that to like 15-1, 30-1, and then 4 out of 5 hit, and then you get dusted. But if Boxing Fan was on this, he would tell us to round robin this. I don't really understand round robin betting. I brought him on earlier in the week. Boxing Fan, if you want to spread the word about round robin, you do the damn. Now, does the Discord take Cash App? Elagos, all you have to do, bro, is click the link. I have the Discord connected to my YouTube to keep it all connected, right? So you join. It's what, $4. If you're in America, I think my level 1 membership to get to the Discord is like what, $4? $4. You get to the Discord. It's not about. So my point is, once you pay that, you get a link to go to the Discord. But we don't have Cash App in Australia, so that's why I had to link YouTube straight to the Discord. Mervin, what up, Playboy? How about Smith versus Quartermain? Dude, Smith is a dog, man. And Quartermain, I'm not trying to undersell Quartermain. I maybe I'm speaking too high on him. Did you tape this, Mervin? I'll pull up the odds. I mean, dude, Royston Barney Smith looks good. All the fights I've seen him fight, his tape. Danny Quartermain he has class too. I do think those odds are wide. I mean, Quartermain at 6-1 is pretty disrespectful. Let's be honest. But do I think that Quartermain is going to beat Barney Smith? I don't. I actually rate Barney Smith. I think he has good class. Take Smith for real, Johnny. Would agree. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Elagos. Yeah, we see eye to eye on that. I do, and that's no shade on Quartermain. Let's pull him up real quick. And so something we launched in the Discord is a film study. Is a film study. channel. So now the boys could watch film together on stuff like this. Like, so in the Discord, you can watch. I'll show you. For instance, if we wanted to tape Royce and Barney Smith together, we would schedule it in, and then the boys in the you could watch it together. But so this is Barney Smith. He could crack. He's young, 14-0. Quartermain's young too, but I'll show you why I like Barney Smith. So, we got 20 young southpaw. That's why I think the odds are a bit wide. Whenever you get these young, undefeated kids from the UK who could punch a bit, people get excited, and they should. What's his name? Sugar Roy? Sugar Boy. Sugar Boy Roy. Come on, dude. Like, what? They got his nickname is Sugar Boy Roy. Let's go, Sugar Boy Roy. Hey, ready for that? Here's Danny Quartermain. See, undefeated too. Don't sleep on Danny. And this is what up, boy? So boxing fan. 14-0. Quartermain's young too, but I'll show you why I like Barney Smith.
Can you hear me?
Mute that screen. 20.
Can you hear me?
You could have just muted it.
No,
No, you're good. You're good. But your laptop.
Yeah, or not. I'm good. I got you right here.
All right, perfect. So, guys, this is Boxing Fan in the chat, Boxing Fan in the Discord. I think that's a perfect opportunity for us to talk about the round robin, right?
100%, because you already know what's going to happen in case something comes up. Everyone's going to get to bitching first thing tomorrow morning or directly after the fights. Oh, I'm sorry, Sunday morning or directly after the fights.
I'll bring it up.
Sure.
Okay. So, on that UFC, so it's right here. So I did Nathaniel Wood on the far right. Mm-hmm. So these are money line picks. Wood on the money line 227, Ludovic Klein 172, Hack Paras at $2. How do you do round robin here?
Okay, now I can't really see your screen just because you're on the phone. At any rate, are they pluses or minuses? Curious.
Okay, so Nathaniel Wood is plus money, Hack Paras is plus money, Ludovic Klein is $1.72. So 100 on him gets you $72.
Okay, not too far off. Earning, it's pretty much 130, 135 is like your sweet spot of where you want to be at on your pluses to really make a robin. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good. I'm listening. Go on.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You can hear me?
Yep. You're good.
I can't hear you. How about that? Yeah, let me just
we can hear you, bro. We're good. They say you look like Jorge Linares' doppelganger.
Okay, there you go.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Did you read Rambler's comment? You look like Jorge Linares' doppelganger.
What did he say?
You look like Jorge Linares' doppelganger. That's pretty funny, mate.
That's fucking hilarious.
Boxing fan, are you Latino? Are you Italian?
I'm a mutt.
Okay. You actually kind of look like Arturo Gotti too from here.
I used to get a lot was Mark Wahlberg. I used to get that shit a lot.
Holy shit. I can definitely see it, boy. Yeah.
I used to actually get that quite a bit.
So we were able to hear the audio the entire time. Okay, by the way.
Let me see if I could put, because my speaker's not really that loud.
Okay. And yeah.
Just try to reconnect my my mic here. Actually, hold on one second.
Do your thing, man. Do your thing. So I'll answer some of these questions. Mervin Albano, can Bibiano win? Asking Rambler. Mervin, just to let you know, some of the boys in the Discord are definitely taking Bibiano. Guys, what we're
All
gonna
right,
do is
brother, we
break
had to
down
go
round
through.
robin betting.
There we go. We had to go old school with the old plugins.
All right, brother.
Yeah. So so the sweet spot with the round robins, from what I've been listening to and learning, was you want to be at a 135, 145 minimum to really even get your money back if you had did like a times two robin. Right.
Okay, so this is like almost 7-1, by the way.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's round robin all day of the week.
Yeah, so this is $7.80. 100 gets your money back plus $680. So we're almost looking at 7-1 here on 3 legs. So how
Yeah,
do we round robin this?
Okay. Do you have the option on there?
Okay, what option would I look for?
It would show you on the bottom of the whole bet of everything. It would either say combination betting or round robin.
Okay, so it says doubles, Trixie, patent.
Do you see the multipliers?
Yeah, do you
Because I can't see your screen all that well.
Okay, so I'm using the laptop. So here are the multipliers. Here's what the multipliers say. They say doubles. They say Trixie.
That's probably a triple.
And then they say patent.
I don't know what a patent is, but a double and a triple sounds like
Okay,
the Trixie sounds like a triple.
Okay, so doubles says 3 combos, Trixie says 4 combos, and patent says 7 combos.
Ooh, okay, so you must have how many legs? 7?
No, there's only 3 legs.
You got only 3 legs. Okay, now I got you on the computer now.
Okay, see. there's only 3 legs. Look on the far right, and the combo multipliers are giving us 3 options. Option 1, doubles, which is 3 combos, Trixie, which is 4 combos, patent, which is 7 combos. I never even looked at this before. I have no idea what this shit means.
Well, is that how they talk in Australia? Because I've never seen these words used in round robin betting at all.
Mate, here's all I'm going to tell you about Australia. What's the last letter of the alphabet?
Z.
Do you know what they call it?
No.
Z-E-D.
What's the reasoning behind that?
So they say the whole alphabet W-X-Y-Z. My point is, it's Old English. My point, there's a lot of shit. I've been here for 13 years, bro. I always make fun of my girls. I'm like, Z is a word. Z is not a letter. But yeah, they say Z.
Yeah, I think the only thing in Australia I might be familiar with are the roaches. That's about it. And not that I have any. It's just that I'm from New York City and we were born and raised with them. So
yeah. So let me do an experiment then. Let me see what happens if I put $100 in patent.
Yeah.
So
see now, well, that's one of the key things. So let's say someone only had $100 budget, and someone wants to get into round robin betting. Again, I do mine for change because I'm still testing the market. We found some success in our NBA Discord last night.
Did you?
It actually wasn't me. Yeah. It was I helped
Kings?
lit other casual cashed out, brother.
Who?
Lit the casual?
Oh, yep. Did he cash out?
I don't know what he hit for, but we had been working a couple of days with me trying to teach him what the round robin betting is. He made his own 8-leg parlay, and he just kind of wanted to know what times should he do. So I just said, listen, whatever of the 8 that you are 100% solid on that are gonna win,
right here,
do that multiplier, and then multiply it down. Again, you have to make sure you have the money. So he did an 8-leg, and he did a times 3. Yeah, he did an 8-leg. He did a times 3 because he knew 3 would definitely hit, and then a times 2. 6 of the 8 legs hit.
Okay.
So what he had was 8 that he had total. 2 went off the radar. So that 6 triple 1. Then the other one that hits bounces off the 1, 2, and 3. So that gives him 4 bets on the second leg. Literally, I think he hit 18 legs or 18 robins in one bet, and I think 12 on another, all in that one bet simultaneously.
So what the hell does that? Did he win money?
Oh yeah. All I know is he was like, dude, thank you so much for teaching me this. And he's like, I am gonna sleep so good tonight. And
What
I
the
was just
hell?
happy that somebody I was able to help somebody out. And that's really what this Discord's about.
Okay, I still honestly so because when I let's
Roll,
go when I
roll
went.
into when you go through the after we get off the live, kind of thumb through that, and then you'll be able to catch up really quick. It's not that long of a Discord.
Yeah.
You could
My
see.
point is
Mhm.
my point is this. Here's what I'm struggling to understand is that when I click on doubles, Trixie, or patent, and I type $100 in each one, all it's doing is asking me for doubling more money to put in. It's you know what I mean? Like if I put 100 in doubles, it's saying now that's a $200 bet. If I put 100 in Trixie, now that's a $400 bet. It's not really. I don't think it's the same thing what you're talking about.
I don't believe so either, because a times two on that many legs would
Yeah.
multiply higher than that. It would definitely multiply higher than that.
But with the round robin, it's not really. It's not significant. You could just bet $100 and pick round robin as a feature, and you don't have to add more money, right?
Well, no. What it does is you don't put the money in just yet. Let's say you did a 3-leg parlay, right?
Yep.
Let's say you did but let's say you did a 3-leg parlay. You want
Yep.
to play those robins, but you're also very confident on running them straight, right? So just the three
Okay.
themselves.
Yeah.
So that one bet, let's just say you were going to do $1. Just put a nice soft number on it. That
Okay.
if you were going to do that one bet would cost you $1. But if you click the all combinations, it takes your dollar bet and then gives you the 3 combinations on your 3 legs, which is the first leg and the second leg and the third leg, and then the third leg and the first leg. So now you've played every possible combination for the 3 that you picked. That $1 bet would now come to $4. So if you did that with 100, you would have a $400 bet. However, for our guys that are working on a budget or betting on a budget, if you had $100, you just put $25 on each one. That's your 100. Now you'll still make money again because you're in that plus range. You don't want to do it
Yep.
on minuses; it doesn't pay out.
Okay.
That's what you want to do. You want to work with your budget, pluses at a minimum 130, 135 to whatever your liking is. Run as many legs as you want, and pay attention to the multipliers and how confident you feel on the ones that you pick. So
Okay.
if I pick five legs and I was really confident on 3, I would do a times 3 multiplier. If
Dude.
I was confident on 4, I'd do a times 4 multiplier. But again, whatever bet you put on there, it's going to multiply times the amount of possible combinations that come out. Bro, it panned out. I've done small ones. My son kills it. I don't know how the hell he does it. He's a wizard. And he's the one that really taught me this. Again, I'm very fresh into the betting scene, but I know numbers and I know how to take a penny and turn it into $1,000. No problem. Part of my keep
Nice.
rate.
So PJ says that I look confused, and I definitely I definitely am confused. That's not muscles, by the way. There's no way that's Carlos. That
No,
has
no,
to
no.
be.
I don't. And again, I have no malice towards Carlos either. I
Yeah.
would love for him to come on and chat with you and clear that up. Again, could be a misunderstanding. Maybe we see something, but I would love for him to come on and chat with you.
Hey man. So I'm gonna do my homework. As you were talking, I was researching. Can we round robin bet in Australia? Here's what it says. A round robin bet is made up of 3 selections and 10 individual bets. The pattern is so it's like I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to do some more research. It sounds fun though. We
Well,
used to have
also,
these
it's also called combination betting in certain areas.
combination betting. Okay, I'll,
Yeah,
I'll
so
look into it, bro.
look
Yeah,
into those keywords. But again, we had success in the Discord. When I see somebody light up like that, oh man, I slept probably better than he did, knowing that somebody made money on
bro.
something we implemented.
I brought it up earlier before you jumped on was the
Oh,
fact
I
that
was listening.
earlier I popped it into the NHL Discord and the NBA Discord yesterday. I was like, holy shit, these boys are eating. Like these guys are like, because I never go in those rooms. It was like being in the 2nd grade and your teacher asks you to go to the 5th grade to ask for like some glue,
Oh,
and you
yeah.
remember you would knock on the door and
Mhm.
everything seems scary, and you're like, "What the hell?"
Dude,
that's
I was
that's how
so
I felt.
I was so excited that he won. You could see I changed my profile picture. I put Robin with a boxing glove with a stack of cash. Bam.
Let's go! Hell
That's
yeah!
how excited I was for lit other casual. Um Elios, the guy who's just asking about the uh
Which one? What question?
somebody wanted to donate money or some shit.
Oh, because he wanted to. He wants to sign up to the Discord, but we don't in Australia. We don't have Cash App as an app opportunity. And I think where he's from, I think he lives in Russia. They don't allow him to join the YouTube link. Something about Google
Hmm.
Analytics. So it's like we need to figure out another because there's like I have a list of like 20 guys who want to join, but this sort of thing. So I need to figure out because we don't have Cash App in Australia. And then the other one you guys use is the what's the other popular one, the transfer money app?
Zell.
Yeah, we don't have that in Australia either.
Well, that's fine. But also, hey, whenever you got any problems, like I said, fucking quarterback it to me, and I could do my research. Dude, I work from home. This is all I do. I'm a grandpa. I'm in like I'm in
That's
chilling
crazy.
mode nowadays, brother.
That's
This is
crazy. You're
every
a
single
grandpa.
day, bro. I'm
That's
telling you,
crazy.
you could ask my son. I go to sleep when I'm tired. I wake
Yeah.
when I'm rested. I do what I want to do. Life is great. Kids are good. Grandkids are good. This is a party. Trust me. Being a part of this Discord and nothing
Yeah.
better.
You're slowly
So
reminding me of Red from Shawshank Redemption.
yeah, 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 yeah,
He
yeah.
could get you anything. You want Rita Hayworth? I'll
Yeah,
get
yeah,
you
brother.
Rita.
Brother, I'm trust me, I'm really like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you got any issues like that, quarterback them to me. I could figure it out. I
I
love,
appreciate you.
I really like
Appreciate
figuring
you.
things out. So I'll work on those boys. But guys, listen, no bitching when you get cooked. If you did not use the Robins, you've been advised.
All right, kid. You be good.
My man.
I'll see ya. Thanks for
Peace.
popping on.
Cool.
Yep. All right, guys. I'll stay on for a couple more minutes. I'll leave it up to you boys. Ellie goes. Hopefully, helped you out a bit. Um, hopefully, also the super chat we got to the UFC 3-legger. I'm gonna play this one, guys. So I am gonna play. I'm gonna take action on. This is my Nathaniel Wood, Ludovic Klein, Hack Parast, $7.80, $100 gets me my money back plus 680. That's gonna be my UFC play. And any questions on that? I'll leave it open. Oh, PJ switching over to his other screen name. PJ acting all slick, switching over to the other screen name. I see you pimping. Good question, big dog. Let's bring it up, Adu. And Adu, Adu's a pretty bright guy because he knows if I'm not really talking about a fight, I'm probably not touching it. And to answer you, I don't think so, mate. I'll show you why. I was gonna take. I taped a little. So Mitchell Smith, Arnie Dawson. I mean, I think it's a sucker bet. I don't mean that there isn't money to be made. How do I put this? To answer you, I'm not touching it. And I think you knew I wasn't going to, right? Because I didn't talk about it. The way I look at it, because we have Parker and Wardley, I would rather lose my money on that level of a fight than lose money on this level of a fight. I mean, Mitchell Smith, I mean the kid, didn't this kid go to prison? Like I don't like this fight at all. I'm not touching it. Let's go. Good explanation on the round robin. Yeah, Ella goes. So that's boxing fan guys who was on. I got to figure out on the live stream when I bring the boys on how you guys could see their name. But his tag on the chat always super positive. He's the one who helped me start the Discord 3 months ago, so he helps me a lot behind the scenes. Shout out to Gil as well. Gil is our moderator behind the scenes in the Discord. So this isn't a one-man show, by the way. The channel is evolving. The Discord's evolving. It's because of the chat. We're gonna find a way for you. Yeah, for sure, Elegos. We got to get him in. I feel you, brother. I have to. if somebody asks, I did sprinkle on Bibiano, guys. I did. I sprinkled it. So I have a 2-leg. I took Joshua Pagan last night. Now, obviously, my Puerto Rican parlay got dusted because Cruz won. Cruz was a 8-1 underdog and he won. But I didn't invest a lot in the Puerto Rican parlay. That's kind of like my long parlay. We'll do a whole, it was every fight. And we took the 50-50. It was like 3-1. But I do have on another parlay working Pagan. I did sprinkle on Bibiano, guys. I mean, don't go heavy, but 7-1, $10. Even if you put a $10 bet on Bibiano, it's not a lot for you to be pissed. And if you win, you get $70, 60 in return, and then you could flip the 60 into 300 on a 5-1. That's the way I look at things. And as your bankroll grows, start with the $10 denominations, grow into the $25 denominations, build into the 50 denominations. Don't chase. Don't bet if you're not having fun. If you're stressed out and it's changing your personality, don't bet. Every one of my videos, I give you guys the gambling hotline number. But there is if you follow my Instagram, guys, I call it the $10 magic trick. I've been known to turn $10. I've turned $10 before, and I'm not selling you on this. My best $10 flip ever was $10 into 6,000, which isn't. I know some guys are about, oh, I turned 100 into 100K. I haven't. My biggest $10 flip was $10 into 6,000. It was a Cleveland Browns game of all things. It was 2 seasons ago. I did. It was the craziest shit. 600 to 1 odds. I needed I needed like, I could pull it up actually. I needed Nick Chubb to score a touchdown. I think Baker, whoever was playing quarterback to score a touchdown. I needed a Pittsburgh Steeler to score a touchdown. I needed the Browns to win, but then I needed a Browns defensive touchdown. And with a minute left, Cleveland had the ball, and they could have just run out the clock, and they didn't have a defensive touchdown. And I thought the bet was toasted. Cleveland, when they're in typical Browns fashion, when they're trying to run the clock out, they fumble. They turn the ball over with like 30 seconds left. Pittsburgh now has the ball on their own 6-yard line. Pittsburgh is down like 20 points. They should have just handed the ball off, right? And then, the game's over. They drop back to throw a pass, and Cleveland got a pick 6. And I hit the defensive touchdown. So my point is, you can flip $10. You got to get lucky. Got to get lucky. My bad. Yeah, see, I didn't. There you go, PJ. And this is why this is why the Discord's off the meat rack, because I didn't tape it. I knew Mitchell was out. All you Mitchell fans, I apologize. My head with boxers, whenever I see a gap in time, I'm like, that fool must have got locked up, boy. That fool, he got sent to the Pookie. Shit, we ain't seen him in a while. That boy got locked up. That's what happened. But no, he didn't get locked up. Do you remember with Berlanga's last opponent, when before Berlanga got stopped against Shiraz, he fought, was it Jonathan Gonzalez? He fought another Baricua in Puerto Rico. And I think he spent 10 years in the tip. So like my head is always like, you're a boxer, you take 2-3 years off, you got locked up. That's where my default goes. But yeah, thanks for checking me. I have a possible 100K. Ooh, please tell me you're lying. I have a possible $100,000 on Bibiano with the tie, or Filipino dude. I forget his name. If I win, Johnny and Breaking Bad is getting. What do you mean? Ellie goes, what? How heavy did you go though? Hold on. Are you talking Casemiro versus? So you took Casemiro to win or Kameda? Because I think me and Nick took Bibiano and Kameda. How heavy did you go on this, big fella? Guys, we're about 90 minutes in. You boys are savages, mate. Let's see what my girl's saying. She didn't do any work on me. Again? Boys, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I think we've hit a standstill. We had a good run, guys. 90 minutes in. Oh, you know what I want to do? I want to go over the Instagram story real quick. I'll wrap it up after this. I'll wrap it up after this. So this is Kameda. So this is my dog of the week is Kameda to beat Casemiro. Arturo Gotti Jr. They're now investigating that as a homicide. They initially ruled that as a suicide. Weigh-ins real quick. We briefly covered this. I want to wrap up on this. So Parker is going to outweigh him by 20 pounds. Final face-off. And your boy dancing. So Bibiano, Hassan boy. Did you see this is what I want to talk about. So this is one of the blokes who got arrested. Look at this shit. Terry Rozier. This was a game against the Cavs. If you guys are unaware of what I'm talking about, there is a betting scandal in the NBA. Chauncey Billups got arrested by the feds. Terry Rozier got arrested by the feds. Damon Jones is in the clink. So, but look at these were against Cleveland. This is insane. Terry Rozier out here just turning game. Look at that. Insane. Oh, 100%. Oh, dude, bro, this is insane. This is crazy. But I also want to end on this. Initially, when this shit broke, everybody was like, Johnny, should we be worried about they're going to stop online betting? They're going to stop sports betting? No, that's not what's going to happen. What's going to happen is the fact that these millionaire athletes, these multi-million-dollar contracts of these athletes who are being signed to play for these billion-dollar organizations, it's crazy to think that in their contracts, they don't have anything against online gambling. So those are going to be the restrictions for the players, for the athletes, the contracts, their digital devices, their online agreements, all that stuff. It's probably going to be